Hey everybody, Adam Dory here. Just showing off the beginning of the podcast that I'm going to be calling That's Cool Drink. This is going to be a podcast. We're going to run through a bunch of Rocky Mountain Race Week people, both past and present, a bunch of window lickers, the co-drivers, and a lot of track people, sponsors. We're going to get kind of deep into this and get an idea of kind of how groups of people do this, how an individual person does this, how a co-driver can best be a co-driver, how they can, help with packing, unpacking the trailer, things like that. I'm going to start obviously with Matt Frost. We're going to work out all of our timing on that end, and that'll be my first episode. I've reached out to a ton of people, got a lot of really good feedback, and I appreciate it a ton. Appreciate Stevie helping me kind of get all this stuff ready. And again, I just have some like lighting issues that I have to work out a little bit still. I'm just getting one of those like ring lights, so I'll have that. But this will be my space. It'll just be better lit, and you won't see as much of this kind of stuff happening. Kind of trying to just figure out what my schedule is going to be. I'd like to do one a week, and I'm going to commit to that. That doesn't mean that I'm going to be live every week. I may do recordings beforehand and then play those, but I'd like to get something out a day a week. And I'm thinking maybe since I'm starting this on Thursday, maybe I do it on Thursday. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll kind of make adjustments as we go. While we're doing that as well, lay down some good comments for some questions that you might want me to ask, everybody. And that's kind of my idea with this is I'm gonna want to talk to everyone, first place to last place, fastest car, the slowest car, and get an idea of how everyone's Rocky Mountain Race Week is. And there's stories for everybody. And that's kind of the idea here is that we'll be able to tell some stories. We'll be able to meet some people. We'll be able to get a little closer kind of glimpse into people's lives that, sometimes honestly on the week, we don't get a chance to talk to a bunch of these people and really get in depth with them. So same deal on like length. I think it's going to just be as long as needs to be. We'll kind of work on that as we go. But I'm willing to commit, a couple hours if somebody wants to really get into it and we're having a really good conversation and everything. So that said, yeah, I've got some great setup here. I'm loving all the stuff I've got going here. I'm in a spare bedroom in my house at the moment. And again, just working on some lighting and whatnot. I bought a nice microphone. So hopefully this is all good and it's going to be a fun time for everybody. And again, like I said, I'm gonna kind of start reaching out to people. So if you've done a race week, if you've been a road weeker, don't fret. Don't really reach out to me. You can if you want, but I'm busy. I got a regular job. I'm just kind of doing this on the side, and maybe this turns into something, and maybe it doesn't. It's just. But either way, it's going to be fun for the five of you that watch to get a better kind of insight into what's going on with especially Rocky Mountain Race Week, and we'll do some more Rocky Mountain Race Week centric car setup things and driving type things and whatnot. And that's part of this deal is this one's just so much different than the rest that it deserves its own look. Driving through the mountains is a whole different thing than driving on the beach. They're both cool, but it's different. It's there's different things that you're going to encounter in the process. So that's kind of the idea here is give everyone a really good kind of well-rounded look at Rocky Mountain Race Week, kind of from its roots until where it's going right now. And, getting through some tough times and things like that. And I'm sure we'll get into that with Matt. And that's kind of the idea. We're not, we're not looking to be the flashiest and the craziest and the, record settingest, but we're looking for all those little stories from the road and friends we've made and things like that along the way. So I'm really excited about it. Obviously, I put a little bit of work into it at this point, and it's going to be really, really fun. And I'm again looking forward to reaching out to everybody. And like I said, Matt will be first, and I've got a lot of really good stuff coming up. I've reached out to about 20 people so far out of like the 2015, 2016 era. I've heard back from 15 of them. So I'm going to get those going. And like I said, the plan is I'll have some of them that will be live. And I'll try to aim those for Thursdays. I think, is the plan. Like I said, jam down in the comments. I don't want to overrun anything else you've got going on other days, and I don't want to be like trampling on other like real podcast dudes that, whatever. Um, but that said, I'll do a handful of lives. I'll do a lot of recorded ones. That way, it's just easier for me and whoever I'm, um, interviewing and talking to, uh, the most time that they can get. Obviously, I don't want to like intrude on their work or anything like that. So wherever I can kind of carve time out, I'll record episodes and then I'll just release them on Thursdays. And at first, I'll probably just do one-on-ones as we get kind of further into it and I learn the stuff better and I learn the software better on StreamYard and everything. Then we'll get all that stuff going. But where we can get kind of multiple people and or like full groups, like probably get the 301 streetcar guys on, that kind of thing. So that said, like I said, pop it into the comments. Let me know what you think. Shoot a subscribe, shoot a like on there for me. Tell your friends, especially people that are kind of interested in doing any drag and drive. A lot of this stuff is pretty universal, but again, we're going to kind of dig into ours. And to be honest, like the drive on ours is for sure the hardest at the moment. We do mountain drives. We do a lot of miles. We have 2 drive days where we have a nearly 500-mile drive on a couple of those. So this stuff is brutal on stuff. And if you can do this one, you can probably do other ones. So if you're prepared for this one, then you'll be prepared for any of them that you might run across. So again, thanks so much. And I hope to see you guys next week.